How to make profit on the market for sure. You only need to determine the current correlation between buyers and sellers and follow the majority of the market participants. In other words, do not go against the trend. The trend shows the mood of market participants. There are three types of the trend: uptrend, downtrend, and sideways, horizontal. When there is a market uptrend, buyers are in control. The chart is directed upwards and the movement is called bullish. When buy deals dominate, the price chart acts like a fighting bull which lifts a rival up on its horns. In the opposite situation, when selling is in favor, the market comes under control of peers, which hold victims with a huge pause. When both bulls and bears are relatively passive, the chart does not change a lot and the trend is called sideways, a horizontal. Every trader aims to predict further trend direction. Trend lines formation may facilitate this task, as well as different indicators may help to estimate how mature and strong a trend is. We are going to return to this question later. There is nothing easier than forming a trend line. You just need to connect two highs in a downtrend or two lows in an uptrend. Looking at the chart, you can see the price moving along the trend line that you have drawn and edging back after it hits an extreme point. The reverse like that is called correction or pullback. Movements of prices and reverses create the distinctive formations called patterns. A line that connects price highs is called the resistance level, and a line that connects price lows is called the support level. There are several ways to forecast where these lines are going to be located. Using historical lows and highs, this approach implies that traders allow for the extreme levels for the previous periods. There is always a strong possibility that the price may test these levels in the future. And support and resistance levels can be defined with different indicators. The so-called pivot points are among them. You should take into account that support and resistance levels are approximately notions and price may only test them. Both a novice and experienced trader may be misled with the false levels. To avoid this, experienced traders take into account not only prices, but the complete resistance or support ranges. The more often the price hits support or resistance line, the stronger the line is. But how should we know when the trend is going to change? Indicators will help us do this. The average directional indicator, or ADX, is the most popular and the simplest instrument to determine the probability of the trend change. You can find the indicator in InstaTrader platform in the template icon. ADX consists of two directional movement indicators. The positive directional indicator, plus DI, shows the price growth. The negative directional indicator, minus DI, shows the price decline. ADX line presents an average price over a given period of time. It also illustrates the current situation of the market and makes it possible to identify a trend or sideways movement. Traders consider the increase in distance between plus DI and minus DI and ADX cross as a trend strengthening, and the reduction of this distance points to a sideways movement of quotes. Despite the current situation, ADX helps traders to know potential trend changes. What do ADX lines tell us about? Let's examine these signals. When the plus DI crosses above the minus DI, the price reverses towards the uptrend and a buy signal is given. The situation is opposite when minus DI is above plus DI. There is a downtrend and you may initiate a short position. Nevertheless, you should not hurry. Analyzing charts on short-term time frames, make sure that the signal is repeated on a longer-term chart. The main ADX line is used to determine the strength of the trend. The higher the line is, the stronger the trend is. So if ADX reading is below 20, the trend is weak. The range from 20 to 40 suggests an average trend. If the value is above 40, the trend is strong. When ADX is between plus DI and minus DI, the trend is strengthening and the profit from the deal is rising. In case ADX is above the directional movement indicators, you should not establish a new position, as the current trend is coming to an end. If you have some open positions, you should be very attentive to close them as soon as there is a signal to the trend's end. When the three lines are in one range, there is a sideways movement. In this situation, the market is analyzed by oscillators, as the indicators of the trend provide us with the false information. Sometimes ADX is below plus DI and minus DI. This stands for the forthcoming trend change, and as a rule, a new trend is very strong. The longer ADX is in this position, the stronger the trend will be. We wish you to enlarge your profit together with InstaForex by catching trend as often as possible.